Yes, we all know the quality of makeup and skincare products are important, but have you ever thought about how you apply them is even more important for results? Since 2019, Anissa Beauty has been leading the way in creating vegan and cruelty-free makeup and skincare brushes that are safe for your skin and the planet and are designed to optimize the application and absorption of skincare products. Their popular Pinnacle Foundation brush has made such a big difference for me. I used to hate wearing foundation because it always felt so caked on, but with this brush, I can use so little product and it goes on flawlessly due to its patented triangular shape. Anissa Beauty's brushes deliver value and quality like no other. The same goes for their Pinnacle Skin Brush, which has completely changed how I apply skincare. I no longer use my hands to apply my products. Check out the Pinnacle Foundation brush as well as several other amazing brushes at anissabeauty.com and get 30% off site-wide with the code DATEABLE. That's ANISA beauty.com. And don't forget to use the code DATEABLE.
Spark something uncommon this holiday with just the right gift from Uncommon Goods. The busy holiday season is starting to approach, and Uncommon Goods makes gift giving less stressful with incredible handpicked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot. I actually got my partner a hummingbird feeder because he loves hummingbirds, and we have them come to our patio from time to time. It's also stunning. It looks like a piece of art made from hand-blown glass. I love buying items from Uncommon Goods because they are high quality, unique, and often handmade or made in the US. You're getting beautiful gifts and supporting artists and small independent businesses. Many of their handcrafted products are made in small batches, so shop now before they sell out this holiday season. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/dateable. That's uncommongoods.com/dateable for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, we're all out of the ordinary.
Hi, I'm Yue Xu.
And I'm Julie Kraftchick.
We're active daters turned dating insiders.
Here to dive into everything modern dating and relationships.
Welcome to Dateable. Hello, Dateables. Welcome to official holiday season. It is that time of the year where we get festive.
This is our special edition brunch talk right before Thanksgiving. So hopefully this will help ease some of the Thanksgiving anxieties that tend to come up for many of us. I think especially if we're going back to family. There's a lot that's going on right now with reconnecting with family members from different political views to that dreaded question about your relationship status every Thanksgiving. We always get a lot of people being like, I'm excited for the holidays, but also this anxiety sets in.
It's a lot of pressure building. I mean, it's cuffing season too. The weather is getting a little colder, and then have the new year looming. It's like so much to think about, to reflect on. So it's no wonder that this time of the year brings up so much anxiety. And certainly some of our family members do not help with any of that.
I mean, have you had instances with Thanksgiving where you've had family members like drill you about what's going on in your love life?
No, because I have a very small family and it's just my parents and I. But I know that whenever I do go back to China and I see my extended family, it's like Thanksgiving any time of the year that I go back. It's like everybody sits around the table and they're all giving me their advice.
Oh, yeah.
Yet none of them have ever dated, ever. Like, all of them have just been with one person for their entire lives. So I'm like, great. Thanks, guys. You really know a lot. I really trust your expertise.
I mean, we've heard from a lot of listeners like a feeling of dread because of their family dynamics. Yeah. I personally feel like my family didn't really ask, but I had like self-induced pressure. I think it was like a reminder every year of like this feeling left out or like almost incomplete because there's just like such a cultural focus on family and romantic relationships, like thinking about like all the events that happen in the holiday season. Of course, Thanksgiving is the one where you're with family a lot of times, but then it follows holiday parties and all the stuff that comes like rolling in after. I tend to actually do my milestones off my birthday, but I think a lot of people also do it at the end of a year.
Right.
And you're like, am I where I thought I'd be by the end of this year?
Always. I always hear people go, oh, by next Thanksgiving, I'll have this, I'll be in this relationship. You really can predict that far ahead. Anything could happen by next Thanksgiving. Also, for me, as like, it's a different kind of pressure. Most of the pressure is not from my family, but I do find that in recent decade, I've dated men where I've fostered them. Like I've fostered them during Thanksgiving because they haven't had
Mm.
the best relationships with their families. So I bring them home to my family because my parents are so lovely and warm. As a result, I feel closer to them,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm like, oh, I fostered you during Thanksgiving. Like we are now a unit and you've spent time with my family. It's not always the case. I can guarantee you that because foster dogs aren't always loyal to you after you foster them.
I was just thinking about that, like with your ex, and then another one of our friends, like a couple. I mean, obviously at this point, it was many years ago, but we did it at one of my best friend from college's house. Remember, like
Mm-hmm.
a Thanksgiving?
Yep.
And you brought your ex, and she brought this guy that she like was barely dating, but I thought they were like super
I
serious. And then
know.
I think even with you and your ex at that point, you hadn't like officially defined the relationship, but it made it seem like it was super serious because they were
Yes.
there.
I know. Even with the friend you're talking about, we all thought they'd been together for a long time. Like
Yeah.
they were so chummy and so affectionate with each other. But yes, the holidays can make you feel that way in the moment. And then it kind of goes away.
Oh, yeah. Part of why we started this way, though, is because we do want to acknowledge the very real
Yeah.
triggers that come with the holidays. And I think maybe it's by having the events that you look forward to, it can help the ones that you're like, okay, I'm not going to like not go to my family Thanksgiving.
Right.
Or like, I'm not going to go to like my friend group holiday party where everyone's a couple. But then you're like, oh, but I also have this like fun event where I'm super excited about because it's like an opportunity to dress up and go out with my friends and like meet new people.
I do have a really good hack though, if you want to get your family to shut up about you being
Okay.
single, is you rent a terrible person, like rent a terrible date who's, I don't know, racist, misogynist,
Oh
like
my
all the
God.
things. So just make them as terrible as possible. Hire an actor, whatever. Go to your family dinner with you, have them act up and just offend everyone. And then a week later, tell your family that things didn't work out and that you had broken up. They'll never ask you ever again to bring someone home.
Do you remember when we joked that I would be in like a triad with you and your partner, your ex?
Yeah.
So I could like tell my parents that. Then anything
Yes.
would be above the bar.
Anything would be above that. Yeah. It's just be like, yeah, I'm the unicorn in this relationship. But
I actually saw an ex the other day. Someone posted, like, I mean, clearly they're probably joking, but they were like, for $500, I will FaceTime you at your Thanksgiving dinner. For $1,000, I will show up with you at your Thanksgiving dinner.
oh, that's so cheap. I would price myself a little higher than that. Like for $10,000, I will show up.
I do think though this pressure is it's all artificial. Like I think we need to remember that. It's like it's
Yeah.
a day. At the end of the day, Thanksgiving is a day. The holiday season, yes, it's a time at the end of the year to reflect and it will bring things up, but it doesn't mean like your life stops at the end of the year. And we've talked about this before. Like we do not like cuffing season. We are all about fluffing season, which
Fluff
gets
away.
us ready for the next chapter of our
Mhm.
lives. Like it's never a one and done. And by feeling these pressures in these seasons, it only just like exasperates it. It doesn't
Mhm.
actually help us in any way.
No, not at all.
So, we want to do some rapid fire questions about just some of the common things that you might get asked on Thanksgiving
Yeah.
and get both of our takes. But before we do that, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors.
With this holiday season, I have some major aspirations of learning a new language so I can be better prepped when I travel internationally next year. I feel like being able to speak the language in the country I'm visiting can open doors to meaningful conversations and better cultural appreciation. I mean, how else am I going to get the lowdown on how people date locally? And now with Rosetta Stone, the most trusted language learning program, I can make those new language dreams a reality. Available on desktop or as an app, Rosetta Stone truly immerses you in the language you want to learn. For example, there are no English translations, so you really have to learn to speak, listen, and think in that language, allowing for fast language acquisition. And the built-in true accent feature gives you feedback on your pronunciation, just like having a personal trainer for your accent. Don't put off learning that language. There's no better time than right now to get started. For a limited time, Dateable listeners can get Rosetta Stone's lifetime membership holiday special. This offer will not last long. Visit rosettastone.com/today. That's unlimited access to 25 language courses for the rest of your life. Redeem your holiday offer at rosettastone.com/today today for yourself or as a gift that keeps giving.
Want to add some holiday cheer into the bedroom? Spice up your life using the natural power of cannabis with Via. We're obsessed with their best-selling High Love gummy that really intensifies any sexual experience. With its unique blend of pleasure-enhancing cannabinoids, libido-strengthening herbs, and a medium dose of THC, Via's really created one mind-blowing gummy. You can even get their High Love bundle either as an early present for yourself or a loved one. I personally like their THC-free gummies too. Their flow state is my fave because you guessed it, it puts me into that right focus. So whatever your threshold, they have you covered with the highest quality hemp sourced from trusted, independent-owned American farms. If you're 21 plus, head to viahemp.com and use the code DATEABLE to receive 15% off. That's VIIA hemp.com and use the code DATEABLE at checkout. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Take your passion and pleasure to a whole new level with High Love from Via Hemp. Okay. Here we go. We got some good ones.
I'm stretching.
Okay.
Stretching away.
UA's up first. Are you seeing someone special?
I love that question because I always answer with, I'm seeing someone not so special. Do you want to hear about them?
I feel like that was in Sex of the City. Like she definitely, Miranda definitely said that. She was like, I'm seeing a lot of not special people, then all these like married people like, ha ha ha, that's so funny. And then my only thing with that though, and I remember this in Sex of the City, Carrie was kind of like, you're almost like bringing yourself down by saying that.
Yes, I agree. The reframe of that question could be, I've met a lot of really interesting people this year.
Yeah.
For example, there was this person and then there was this person. None of them have panned out to be relationship material, but I'm very happy with the new connections I made.
I like that. The only thing is for me, I personally wouldn't want to like go into all the people I was dating. So again, it depends on like your relationship with family. I would probably just say, as soon as I do, I will let you know and then turn the
There
combo.
you go.
Okay, next one. Say you're single. Have you heard about these things called dating apps? Are you using them?
Depending on who's asking me, if it's my family, I'd be like, yes, I have heard of it. Do you want to see? Like, I would actually just show them because most of them have never seen it. And then they can see for themselves what my experience is.
That's true. You're like, look who's on here. They're like, stay single.
Yeah.
Never ask
You're
again.
Fine. Yeah.
I'm not saying this is the right answer, but I'd probably be like, no shit. I've never heard of a dating app before. Like, thank
Please
you.
do tell.
Okay, what about if you're dating someone, but they're clearly like not at the Thanksgiving table?
Mm-hmm.
When will you bring them to meet the family?
Well, I would say I actually did have this conversation last year around this time. It's like I met someone really great. We are working on ourselves. We really think we want to create a strong foundation in our relationship first before we invite others into our lives together. So when that time comes, you will meet him.
I like that a lot. I feel like I'd probably answer similar to the are you seeing someone special? Like, I'll let you know when that time comes.
Yeah,
but
I like these short answers. Yeah.
What I like about yours, though, is it feels like you are very intentional in giving it thought.
Yeah.
And again, maybe it comes down to your relationship with your family.
Exactly. My mom always wants details. She wants to know the who, what, when, where, why. So I will give her that before she even asks me.
So maybe that is what it is, like knowing what is going to move the conversation away. Because like if you're with family that like kind of gets the hint, if you give a short one and then you could move on to a different topic, maybe you don't need to go there. But like for you, if you're like, I'm just going to get peppered with follow-up questions, I might as well just put it out there. That's probably a better strategy.
And it would get so annoying because she would ask me follow-up questions like not right after. It would be like a day after. She's like, so about what you were saying yesterday. I'm just curious.
I feel like my family would just get the hint and be like, okay.
Yeah.
I think also, like, sometimes people don't know if you do want to talk about it or not.
True.
So how much you engage kind of shows that bandwidth of like what you're willing to put out there.
I've never done this, but I saw another friend do this. She was in an early relationship. They weren't ready to meet the family, but they each gave the other family a gift for
Oh,
the
that's
person to
nice.
bring. So here's a bottle of wine from the guy I'm seeing. Like, hopefully we can all meet one day, but here's a gesture.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I met my partner's family on Zoom for the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because
Oh,
my partner met my family. We started dating in like April.
yeah.
And then he met them in October, but that was because they were visiting.
Oh.
And some of it, like if you don't live near your family, there's other factors too, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And then for him, it was like clear that we weren't going to have a visit in a long time. This was also like, you know, fallout of COVID, and then his
Yeah.
brother was having a baby. Like there was like a lot of reasons why it just wasn't going to be anytime soon. So we're like, let's just do like a pop in on your family Zoom. Like I wasn't there for a long time, but it was like,
That's cute.
hello,
I
I'm
like
real.
that.
I'm a real person.
Hello, I'm the girlfriend.
You know, and I think it made the actual meet like a little more comfortable because it was
Yes.
like, oh, we've already seen each other and there was like some familiarity.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can obviously share, like, even if it's not Thanksgiving, especially with Thanksgiving, if you're just like dating someone new, they may have family plans or existing plans. I think you could just say, like, you know, the holiday wasn't the right time for X, Y, and Z, but I'm looking forward to having you meet them when the time is right or when we
Yeah.
can find another time that makes sense.
Yeah, that's lovely. I like that.
Okay. Are you two planning on getting engaged soon? I think that's something to remember for all the single people. The pressures never stop.
No. And then it's like, when are you having kids?
Right.
And
When are
then
you
it's
having
like, when are you
another
having
kid?
a second
Yeah.
kid? Yes. And when are you getting that bigger house? And when are you gonna replace your HVAC? I don't know.
Right.
There's always
And the
it
most
never
stressful one
stops.
of all, the HVAC.
HVAC. Damn it. I'm getting engaged tomorrow, but the HVAC, I don't know.
Although we joke, but I feel like my brother gets questions like that and they are stressful.
They are stressful. I know. Well, because okay, let's recenter ourselves. Our family asks us these questions with really good intentions. They want to make sure that you have someone in your life, that you feel safe and taken care of and secure and loved, all of that. So that goes with a partner, it goes with HVAC. So it goes both ways. So let's just like recenter ourselves around that, but it can get very annoying. This is what I always tell my mom. I'm like, safety doesn't always equate to getting engaged in marriage.
Yeah.
They're not necessarily the same thing. So if you are concerned about safety for me, let's talk about other ways that I feel safe. Actually, Mom, I feel very safe in this relationship, and I will tell you all the ways where I feel safe and protected and taken care of. She'll still keep asking the engagement question, but at least I have some answer for her.
I think with all of these, why it's so challenging is
Yeah.
because it's not like you're not aware of this stuff, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're single and you don't want to be, it's pulling at something. And same,
Yeah.
like, if you have been with someone for a bit and you want to be engaged, but it just hasn't happened yet. I think there's a lot that's sensitive and tender there that, like, when someone's like pressing you, it can bring up a lot. Children. People can have children for many reasons. Like that to me, when people ask that, it's so invasive feeling. But I think all of these are. And that's what I would probably just be like, this isn't really like the time I want to have this conversation over Thanksgiving.
Oh, really? You would just say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if that's how I was feeling towards something. Or like I would say like, I'm confident it's happening and you will be the first to know when it's happening.
Gosh. It's difficult. Also because a lot of our parents have one way of thinking about how a relationship progresses.
Yeah.
And they think that's the only way. And there's so many other ways to develop a relationship. But I don't want to waste my breath trying to explain, Mom, there's ethical non-monogamy and then there's polyamory. And then she'll be like, what?
I mean, I guess you could turn it to a different milestone that you two had.
Yeah.
That would be
true.
another option.
We aborted a baby. That's our milestone.
God.
Seriously, would that stop someone from asking you questions?
Oh my God, you went
That
there.
like stop someone from asking all the questions, maybe?
That just shuts down the Thanksgiving
Shuts
table.
down. Yeah. She's like the turkey
It went back into
melts.
into the
Yeah,
oven.
the turkey went back into the oven. Like with blindfold on. Like, I can't watch this happen. That poor turkey.
Okay, I'm asking the last one because I think this one, to also change the subject, but
Please.
but also because I think this one is kind of like infuriating to me when people say this. When are you planning on settling down?
Yes. Yes, that's been asked of me, not by my family per se, but from like neighbors and stuff. And my answer is, what do you mean settling down? I've already settled.
Yeah.
Like I own my place.
Yeah.
I have a dog. I'm very happy where I am. I work. Like what else do I need to settle in? Just curious. And then they're like, "Oh, okay. All right."
I like that. I just love this question because it implies like you're doing something wrong. It feels
Yeah.
like you're like living your life not correctly.
Like you're chaotic or something.
Yeah. And also, if you do quote unquote want to settle down, and what does that even mean? But like, I guess
Yeah.
this traditional definition of like getting married and having kids, let's say you actually do want that. Having someone ask you when you're planning on it, like it's so out of your control. You're like, I'm actually actively dating to find that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very annoying question when someone says that. So I love the way you answer it by flipping the script of what settling down is. And then you could also say something like, I want to settle down, but I don't want to settle.
Yeah, like you. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I don't want to end up like you, sir.
It's like, I'm looking for a relationship that stands the long run. So I don't
Yeah.
have to keep settling down over and over again.
I'm looking for a relationship where I actually love my partner. Throw a little shade, see what happens.
Of course, know your audience.
Know your audience.
Ultimately,
I know.
I think what we're trying to say here, though, is like you only need to explain how much you need to explain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't feel like because someone's asking you this stuff, you need to like defend all your choices or clam up that you're doing something wrong in life. A lot of times people are just asking because they feel like they should ask.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels weird to them if they don't ask, but then also like they don't know what to do. So you dictate how much you want to share. And maybe with different people, you'll share differently. With some people, you might be like, dating is really hard. It's been a hard year.
Yeah.
And then other people, you're like, of course I'm on dating apps. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, exactly. I think it's the hardest is if you are in an undefined relationship or you're in early stages or it's an ambiguous relationship and it's the holidays and people are pressuring you to define the relationship through these questions. That's when it gets the hardest. And I realized that that would trigger something in me if I wasn't sure about this person. But everyone's like, when are you going to be sure?
Yeah.
When are we going to meet this person?
Or they haven't defined the relationship because they're unsure.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what do I say to that?
Yeah.
I still think the holiday season is a great time to meet people IRL. So if you're either single as fuck or you're in a situationship that isn't defined and they're not defining it, go out and meet new people.
Yeah.
There's so many people just in the same exact situation as you.
Oh, and here's another trick. You can always turn the question around on them. Like, when are you going to settle down? You can say, when did you know?
Yeah.
Or when was the time you decided you want to settle down? Turn it around on them. People love talking about themselves.
I love that. That's a great way to just get someone to shut up.
Right? And then
rude.
take that shot. Take that shot of tequila and be like, thanks, Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
See ya.
Okay, well, this was a really fun conversation. Hopefully everyone can go into the holiday season feeling excited, empowered, rejuvenated. Like, you make it what you make it.
Good luck, y'all.
Good luck. And if you want to do something else fun during the holiday season, pre-order our book, How to Be Dateable.
That is so fun.
Go to howtobedateable.com. You also get some instant resources with our modern dating survival guide, navigating dating anxiety, which we all have, let's be honest. And then also questions to ask within the first month of dating someone. So all of this is available ASAP. You basically order, put your order number in on howtobedateable.com, and then you get it. So you don't have to wait till January. And all of these also will be gone once the book comes out. So make sure to get that pre-order in ASAP.
So when people ask you about your relationship status during the holidays, you can show them that you pre-order the book. You go, well, I have all the answers here.
Defer the convo.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all for the questions. Happy holiday season. And we'll be back next week.
Bye.
How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico. How do you feel when you switch to Geico and save on your car insurance? It's like going to work on one Thursday morning and thinking to yourself, just one more day until Friday. But then somebody in the elevator says, Happy Friday! Then you check your phone quickly and discover today is actually Friday. So yes, Happy Friday, random stranger in the elevator. Happy Friday indeed. Yep, switching and saving with Geico feels just like that. Get more with Geico.